also Myron's everyday life as part of the podcast. At the time, Myron was dating a young lady by the name of Ed, and we all know how that relationship ended in 2025.
That's right.
At the time, in the relationship, Myron had some stipulations with Angie. He was able to go and see different women, and Angie was not able to. I think that Angie was in Venezuelan migrant and just living in Florida, and she seemed like a very nice girl. Myron really cared about her a lot, but he wanted the ability to go ahead and sleep with other women, which she initially agreed. And this is the part of the documentary that got everybody talking. Myron's been quite open about the fact that he expects to be in a relationship in which there's one place for monogamy, as he calls it. He's allowed to basically pursue other relationships, but you don't know.
He's doing that. He's just gonna be with them for like a night or so, whatever. But I don't think he sees it in that way because there is a reason why I stayed so long with him.
I don't want to mix things up between you, right? But yeah, but we were talking about in the future that maybe there's a world where you would have more than one of them.
She understands that. She knows that could potentially come down.
So this is important because we can see that Angie wants to have a traditional style relationship with Myron. She really doesn't like the fact that he's able to sleep with other women. She's bothered by that. And she's been in the relationship at this point for 2 years. And obviously she's looking for more. Then this happens.
I don't know. I mean, if he has said that in the past, I think when I'll see what happens. Like I don't know how that will work. The thing that I think.
But right now, it's not going to be anytime soon because I'm just so focused on working.
You can just kick it down the road only for so long. You know, she's for 2 years into a relationship. If that's your long-term plan, at some point those two realities will collide.
You know, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Like right now,
It's so avoidant.
it's something you never know, man. You can always change your mind down the road. Well, maybe I'll say, I only just want to do one girl. This is tough.
Hey, I was trying to tell that already. So Lewis is pushing back on Myron. He's really listen. How do you know that you're going to do this? What if she doesn't like it? What about if things change or if they don't change? Myron's trying to say, well, we'll cross that bridge once we get there. And Myron is now back because his questions are very direct, and Myron feels uncomfortable. Psycho? Yes. We're going to get back into this, but let me just tell you how pissed off Myron was. Myron went on Twitter and said this. Hey, boys, why did you edit out this context critical part of Netflix documentary? Was it because it shows my ex accepted my one-way polygamous relationship with both the narrative you tried to spam the documentary? This is one of the many clips I have proving your deceptive journalism. You're in line with an agenda that's so tired of you to be exposed. Now, Angie has moved on with her life, and she's kind of been out of the public space because of the breakup with Myron from Freshman Pit. It seems that it ended amicably, but what I can see is it ended, as we all know, when she was skating with some guy and spending time with some other man who most likely wasn't as successful as Myron, but she did basically come out and give a response to the documentary.
Hello, that's me. This is Angie. I'm coming out of myself of social media. I'm not will be posting more agenda because just want to leave this behind, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. I just want to leave the past in the past. But this documentary just came out, and I received a lot of messages from people just concerned about my well-being and a lot of opinions and a lot of things going on right now. So I want to address a few things. First of all, I never wanted to be part of any documentary whatsoever. I was never told or asked to be in a documentary until the moment of. I was stupid enough to not read a contract before signing it, and that's how I ended in that documentary. So I connect with producers on email thousands of times to take me out of this documentary, but that didn't happen. And here we are. It is what it is. Never wanted to be part of it. Anyways, I already connection with somebody, and I'm so grateful that he can see a future with me. So also before you go there, it's not any rollerblading guy or anything like that. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I never cheated on anybody. That doesn't really align with my values. I know you have loved me too, but that never happened. I went the past to get to this. So right now, I'm so happy. And honestly, I'm so thankful for all the experiences that I lived, every lesson that I learned, and everything that I've been through because without any of it, I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. Thanks to every one of you that critiqued me, that has said something about it, because you go through every comment, I do go through every DM and every video and every post, and I can say it doesn't affect me, it does affect me, but at the end of the day, I believe in who I am and who my parents raised, and honestly, I'm so thankful for every lesson. So thank you for everything. So it is what it is. This will probably won't be the last of me because I probably will be posting more videos on my profile, but I just want to leave that behind. Thank you.
First and foremost, huge fan, Mr. McAfee. You know, you like him. You know that? Like antivirus? Oh, that antivirus, they have no bad. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Just add a little extra protection.
Tom has insured Noia.
Excuse me. It's not a toy.
He's gone to great lengths to protect his car so he never has to deal with his insurance. He should have NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders.
Please stop. I can't.
Damn, Myron. She's found a new guy who makes her very happy. Now, this is interesting. Her relationship with Myron was so bad that she needed to seek therapy after it. And she is now in love. She found this amazing guy who wanted to give her everything in the relationship. As you can see, she looks so happy. She's guy. Seems like she might be living in New York or visiting New York. But, she's just really enjoying herself with a man that loves her, enjoying her time in a real relationship. And she's finally excited that this has finally happened for her. On the contrary, you have a guy like Myron who is on here talking about the basically telling men about the issues of women and how women should be treated. And don't get me wrong, I am from the black male community. I do know that there is a lot of unfair treatment that men get from women, but there's also a lack of accountability as men that we have when we are with a woman that we care about. And in the case of Myron, I really felt he cared about her. It seemed that she really wanted to be with him. She was doing a whole lot of stuff in the relationship. She was managing his apartment. She was walking his dog. I mean, she took a lot of stress to be with him, and she felt like she was getting nothing in return. And I think that for men, if you really want a woman that wants to be with you, you're going to have to do some level of compromise. And when you're in the red pill and you're trying to do acting like a dating guru as if you know everything, well, ultimately you get found out. And that's exactly what happened with Myron.
Now, while Myron can say all you want, so I got all this money, I'm successful, you may have more money than the average person, but the average person has more lived experience in life with women than you do, and that's saying a lot.
That's right. Myron got beat by an average guy. And I'm going to tell you that as a guy that has made a few dollars in my life, it can be easy for you to think that, just because you have money and another guy doesn't have money, that don't get me wrong, money is the best thing, but it won't keep you. Ultimately, how you treat somebody every day, consistently, respecting them, sacrificing in a relationship, that's really what's going to get you over. Not the fact that you have money or you're rich. No, because take away from that. It's another thing to be respectful to what somebody wants and to care about what somebody wants. And ultimately, that can replace money. It's easier to work hard and replace money or get skills to get money. It's hard to find people that love you, respect you, and consider your value. Ultimately, those things money can't buy. And if you're a person like Angie, who grew up maybe in Venezuela, where money isn't as important as you think, and this is something that men gotta understand. When dealing with women from other cultures, like I say, especially certain parts of Europe or in Latin America, family is everything. Spending time is everything. Attention is everything. Cooking and eating with your partner is everything. I dated one lady from a country in Africa, right? And in the country that she was from, she really thought it was important for her and the man to eat together every day. Like that was a big thing for her. And me as an American, I'm not really a big time eater with the lady because I kind of eat and I just kind of go on and do my thing. But for her, that was a very, very big thing. She liked to talk to her man, she liked to cook with her man, she liked to talk to her man and eat during dinner like uninterrupted. And even if I had money, it just didn't matter because that was very, very important for her. And a lot of guys think that money is so much important than that. There are many women out there who don't need a lot of money. Every woman is not concerned with a lot of money. Every woman is not impressed with being with a man who's super rich, especially if she feels like she has no control in the relationship, she has no leverage in the relationship, and she feels like she's being humanized. Eventually that money is not going to matter, especially if she's not getting anything long term. And we've seen it just now. Myron lost the lady that he really loved and cared about because of his own ego. Again, money.
trading mentors don't make money from trading. They make money from you. If your coach isn't pulling seven figures from prop firms, why are you listening to them? Why do so many traders pass only to blow the account right now?
So, yeah, so
They've been there. You pass the challenge, and boom, you blow the funding account. Or worse, you just can't.
God is showing out the chance. So I said, look, they could kick you out the show. I said, listen, trying to put his hand up. He put his hand up. So I said, man, so listen, nobody saw me walk off and go get it. They thought I had it in my pocket. Yo, you had that? No, man, I had it in my pocket. But I carried this stuff. If I would have had it in my pocket, it would have been premeditated. But yeah. So he came back the next day. They actually gave me back my money. The rest of it.
right.
He came back the next day. He was very kind and humble after that. We got along. He became nephew the next day. Yeah, I became uncle and we became uncle and nephew the next day. So we get along. He from Dallas. He from Dallas.
Everything cool.
I don't know. When we see each other now, I'm gonna see.
It has an irritant though, so
Not had everything.
what it does, it's like,
He does me look like I'm big there.
oh, can you please explain what happened in North Kakalaki, man? Yeah, I think it was you, Gangsta Bunk. At a show, I forgot what city I was in. Salem. Winston-Salem, man. Because you went live afterwards and you spoke on that, and you spoke on what 607 did. Saw the video. For those that saw that, what happened at that show? You know what I'm saying? It looked like it got shut down by female, and I don't know. But please explain what happened.
I did that in the car wreck. They said I put a nigga they said I choked the nigga in a wheelchair. They said I choked the nigga in a wheelchair. I remember talking to him in the wheelchair outside the venue. He said, come to go see the nigga at the comedy show, acting like he didn't know it was me. So I was basically saying, come on to the comedy show, pay me some money. But he didn't know nobody, so I gave him some weed to come to the comedy show. He had that boom box on him, but I didn't know he was going to play the boom box at the comedy show. So they let him in with the boom box. He done went all over the club up there in an electric wheelchair. Now, keep in mind, this is like 6'8". People 17 foot size shoes. So I'm thinking, this big old Shaq behind playing in this wheelchair. So I'm thinking he's part of the show. So let the nigga come through playing the boombox music. So when he come out of stage, I said, okay, he part of the show. So I put him in the headlock and tell him, because I got the microphone, let your dad shut me. You know you can walk. Yeah, you can't set up. But everybody pulled me back and said, no, he just part of the rail. I mean, I'm thinking it's part of the show. It is actually part of the show. So, when I did that, I didn't have no business there, nigga. They ain't have no business there. He was part of the show. And that'll try to straight charge on me, man. It's gonna be really paraplegic. But I ain't choking for real. He was paid to be there from what I was told. I don't know, I'm part of the show. I ain't get in, I don't know. See, I just want to go choke up. Sitting down, 6'7", and it gave me a problem. I take out the heat on that. Yeah. I'm thinking he too big to be a wheelchair and it was electric. And his feet were big.
Okay.
But I ain't really choking though.
How has it been on the road doing these kind of shows? You brought Unky and 600 on. Gangsta been pulled up into a few spots. How has it been, as you get more holding your craft even better while you doing these, I don't know how to say it.
I'm a good chicken.
Yeah, you bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to be connected to the people. So every now and then I will take an alley comedy promoter. A guy that, I still like building relationships with, being with black people. So every now and then, against my agency request, very young, like, man, at some point, you can't do nothing with your people. When you become at a certain level, you cannot come back down and do nothing with these people. So the reason why you're celebrity won't come do nothing in certain places. Because it's problem. Every if white folks ain't overseeing it.
It's a tax bracket problem. It's like,
Of course it is.
I
Of course it is. Because it's over meaningless things. And they're killing you for nothing. Because of how they feel about something. Poor people push logic to the side to erase their unregulated feelings.
That's what shit.
White people put their feelings to the side to do business and to have control and to maintain control. Your white neighbor hates you, dislike you, but speak to you and smile at you and you never know. Your white co-workers, your Asian, Mexican co-workers, black people gotta let you know what they feel. That's a weakness.
Come on. Shit, so they should scam like, why kill Cyrus that got back at a real scam like?
Hell no. Nigga, beat you up 2 times, quit fighting, kill it. Quit fighting and kill it, nigga. Yeah, I told you so one time. Say, you better quit whooping that nigga, kill him next time. You got damn, he'll tell you what it is. He said, quit fighting that whole ass. So, yeah, that's it.
Well, is there a plan for another big fight in that?
Yeah, they got one next week. Miami, Blueface, Roofer. Shit, they got some open shit coming. March 14th, I think.
Yes, they want to come into the guest. Crickman, come on.
Yeah, they going down fight prison, I heard.
God
See, Crickman got y'all thinking he a problem. He just go to the back and take punches and fall down. They say he gonna fight back. So a lot of criminals say, oh, yeah, take a fade. He won't swallow that. Because he can't swallow. Didn't you see how he tried to swallow the dean when he came outside?
what's that?
Man, nigga. Man,
Uh,
I will grip back.
they say that taking it is a skill in itself. Like, you gotta be able to take some hits too. That's a skill in itself. To be able to take a hit.
Oh, no, that.
I don't know who said that.
Head movement, nigga, it's something. The rope was open. Blocking punch.
Okay.
Running.
It's a clear pick right there.
No, nigga, I ain't finna keep taking punches. I get out the ring. Yeah, I quit game fight. You can't keep punching me, and I can't hurt them back. I ain't gonna be nowhere a hundred world. I'm a victim of anything. I'd rather be a victimizer than a victim.
What you do content criminal? Nowadays, I gotta try to do, content creation.
See, like you get out there smoking that too, shit. You know, like, you like get out there too. I'm saying slow and dumb now. If they try to make it like Pippin or something, he still looks retarded. And he still ain't get no Hoover. So he can get Hoover shit off the head. He didn't get the no jumper sign on his forehead.
And basketball.
Speaking of, he ain't getting over $2,000. I can't say that. I hear what they say.
Taxes, chasing updates. Now taxes is a TurboTax expert doing it all for you. While keeping you in the loop. Chasing this year. Now it's taxes. Into your TurboTax.
All right, speaking of no jumper, it actually sent me, somebody actually sent me a contract 2 years ago. So, have you addressed the situation with Sean Conrad and Big Live? No, I ain't seen it. Yeah. No, I watched it. They don't come across fire with it. No. I talked to somebody yesterday, day from yesterday. Somebody asked me a question about in Detroit about him and no jumper. Saying something about I was kidnapped by the mob or So, yeah, Sean was saying he was playing though. I know the story about that. But me and Sean talk all the time. Everybody playing. Back to what you said. So I hear you call up and say TTV come up like in a few days. Yeah. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to come to this bullshit. Where it work though. Shit, I just work. Cause I always say, I was looking to shit, it work, man. So imagine when me and him do the next interview.
Oh yeah,
That bitch gonna be 5 years.
big. I gotta ask you because I know you see these, spill on Crib Mac and all this gang stuff. They try to open up Marathon Burger, man open.
Yeah.
And everybody out there, it seemed like the 80s, rolling 80s,
All the Ku Klux Klan numbers. The nigga Ku Klux Klan.
basically,
Yeah.
they all pull up. Black Sabbath trying to
Right. Okay.
he walks them across the street. Fight break out, people get shot. One end up dead.
He tried to do one nigga like that. The rock scary nigga. And LA will let him come in and told him, you need to go crash out with him. So I came down, come back, and they want him to crash out with him. That's why the shit happened. Nothing good can come from anything out of that gangbanging culture. Nothing. Anyone who quit or can do nothing is nothing. I still anything in LA.
Oh my goodness.
You spent time over there.
I lived there. I worked in Diamonddale, Adolescent Group Home. I worked in the one in Long Beach. I worked in the one in Hawthorne, and I visited sometime in North Hill.
What is the mentality of these other gang members right there on Crenshaw and
Kill everything black. What's up, cuz? Where you from? They ignore everything white and brown. Then you see how the rest is brown and brown? They were proper talking. What are you talking, cuz? One tank and everything, told everything. They get that. Got to get back on me and you.
goddamn? Yeah, man, it's interesting. I don't know if Nipsey's legacy will always be just
Nipsey don't have a legacy.
the shrine. They're gonna try to do something.
You know, Rolling 60 Crips. After you G-Tax Rolling 60 Crips, the notorious Rolling 60. That's what they done.
I mean, that's what he wants.
I ain't a man, I'm a Crip first. He said, I'm neighborhood. And he said, I ain't no black man, I'm neighborhood. When I heard that, I detached myself from that foreigner. With that foreign mama. He can't love me or my people. He ain't us. He represents the same. He don't represent the nation. So I ain't down with that. Some 6-0 nil. I ain't down with 6-0 nil. But look at what they stand for. That marathon. That marathon ain't running. That was a 40-yard dash. Bitch stopped at 40 yards. It ain't nobody picked up the marathon movie ain't worth shit though. Ain't nothing to do between the one race. That's real here, between the one race.
Chelsea, what is the best game the old man gave you?
Wake up every day and have you something to say. Wake up every day and have you something to say. If you ain't got nothing to put down, what you gonna pick up? You ain't only sitting around gossiping, talking football, basketball, and everybody else got stolen, sending something to a black. You got coming over here, can't even speak our language, and coming up, getting out nickel dimes and quarters, and pennies, in the name of single series, stale candy, cigar. You ain't getting no 150, they getting out dollars, pennies, nickels, and quarters. So why can't get it? So the whole thing said, you gotta have some sales to your people. Man, what I got to say is game. Game. Box it up for you. They want to hear this shit. Put the beat on it. They want to sell. So then once I start selling game, I start selling home. Then once the home, when the game start working, shit, I start selling merchandise to my people. Nigga, yeah. Then before then, I was selling barbecue.
This is some shit.
Every day. because this is no longer a racist country. This is a capitalist country. Capitalism has superseded racism, socialism, and communism. So, in a capitalist country, if you ain't got nothing to sell, then you're a peasant. So, I wake up trying to have something to sell. I'm going to say sell, weed, stuff. If you sell it, you'll get out of jail. When you get out of jail, now you can spend the money. But don't spend the money when you go to jail. Save it. Because you're going to spend it right when it's coming. You ain't got nobody in your family. You can put the money in. When you save the money, white boy coming. I can commissary money, the real money. Go to jail. And when you get out, you can ask you to spend your money now. But you have to go to jail to spend the money. Over the other place. And then what? When the jail can't open, all you spend the money. You don't know why to spend it up. So niggas did it. Wake up every day, you can put some down, you can pick some up. All these things, pick nothing up, nigga. You wake up and put nothing down. So what you put down today? Nothing. So that's what you pick up, nothing.
I'm Steve Ballmer, former Microsoft CEO, but more than anything, I'm a data guy. That's why I created USA Facts, to bring you unbiased and non-partisan government data on issues impacting the lives of Americans. I'll share with you the facts and data, all from our government. You make up your own mind. Who is responsible? Federal, state, or local government? There are 90,888 government entities across America. Woo! I sure didn't know that before we started. And I wondered, how is that even possible? What do all those governments do? How much does it all cost? It's our government, so let's explore it. The most recent nationwide data from 2022 tells us we have one federal government representing the whole United States of America, which does turn 250 years old in 2026. We have 50 state governments, 3,031 counties, 19,491 municipalities, which actually also includes Washington, D.C., 16,214 townships, 12,546 independent school districts, and 39,555 special districts like public transportation or water and sewer authority. That adds up to 90,888, a number that does not include U.S. territories like Guam and Puerto Rico, which have their own governing structures. Let's break it down. County governments exist in every state except Connecticut and Rhode Island, which assign local functions to municipalities, or the state retains those itself. Two states have county-like entities with different names. Louisiana refers to them as parishes, and Alaska calls them boroughs. Municipal governments are local governments that are often called cities, towns, or villages, depending on the state. Townships are a subdivision of counties. You'll find them in 20 states, primarily in the Northeast and the Midwest. I grew up in a place called Farmington Township, just outside Detroit. Importantly, townships are not the same as towns, which are small municipalities. Municipal and township governments do overlap in 11 states, where residents can wind up paying